Alrighty. Good evening and welcome to Game 2 between PanzerDave and Why Must You Hate Me, aka Yumi. Yumi won Game 1 thanks to a very fortuitous spot for one of our key items that Dave said he'd never dig ever. So that was a very good race up until that point, and Yumi took care of business. We'll see if Yumi can get there in game 2 and finish Dave off, or if Dave might actually for once take a sword, because he threatened he might. I'm Furious K alongside Tracy. Tracy, I'm not sure if Dave was serious or not, but we're probably going to find out in the next 10 seconds. As they are underway. And Dave now decides to go ahead and put his Ghost Item from Boomerang Tech as raft. So I think Tracy might be having technical difficulties at the moment, so hopefully she gets it resolved and she gets in here quickly. In the meantime, we have looks like Armos checks coming up.
All right, can you hear me now?
We can.
Okay, well, just had to leave and come back. Discord doing things. But yeah, we were talking about Dale 54 for the large secret. Not good. Yeah, we were talking about Dave. Looks like he did pick up the sword, Dave. But yeah, I was saying serious and Dave, and not usually a word I associate with Dave. But I feel like the sword pickup is the more serious thing to do. So. Kind of a do or die, have to win this, so picking up the sword makes sense.
Yeah, he threatened if he lost game 1 that he would resort to swords in game 2 and was indecisive on game 3. So we'll see if it makes a difference. He could still get like silvers in 7 and say no, and it's 2-0. Or Yumi could write order, or Yumi could just outplay him. We don't know yet.
Okay, so we've got Wizards on the Overworld, which I personally like, because then I don't have to fight him in dungeons, but it does often lead to extra death and destruction. We have a starting raft, everybody's favorite. The one that I swear comes up the most, but just the one we don't like, so maybe it's just confirmation bias, I don't know. Our really small our big secret is really small, and our small secret is really big, so...
Dave sees that little heart on the coast raft spot, decides that he wants it, and Lionel sets him up.
Oh, there's a bomb drop for Dave. We're going to save that.
See if it's a save and retry. Doesn't look like it, so not going to go back to 0 and try to get up to 7 or 8.
He's been trying to get to this raft spot, but with the way those Lionels are guarding it, not great. Okay, this looks like a good spawn. And of course, our old men are trying to sell us Rosetta Stone this time, and they will continue to do that until we get a book.
Recorder at one of the Armo statues is definitely going to make it almost feel like you started with that flute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's absolutely. And some any roads.
Yep, so far so good on the any roads. We'll see if that continues as well.
Yeah, nothing super close to start, which is an immediate downgrade, but we'll see if they take us... Like, this spot here is pretty far away from where we started, so that's not so bad. And there's some bombs for Yumi.
Gonna take the quick step down just to see if this flute spot opens. You have to wait out the time because we don't have a dungeon yet, so we won't see the tornado come from the left side of the screen until they get a Triforce. So yeah, forces you to delay and watch.
Yeah, I'm always worried I'm gonna miss an open spot, a spot that opens when I start with the flute and don't have a Triforce to go to yet. One nice thing, though, is now that start spot is pretty far out of the way of everything, so it's kind of nice to have the immediate recorder to elsewhere.
Yeah, so Dave, as long as he's not going to take another death, probably is going to head up towards that Armo statue and get the flute, and I believe I just heard the ding of it, so I do think he has it.
Alright, let's see what's over here at Death Armos. Ooh, our first level. Level 1.
Well, that's an easy one.
I'd say it's definitely not Q2.
Not Q2, not Q1. It's
It
just
sure looks like
simply
shapes. Yay! I like shapes. We don't get enough shapes. I mean, theoretically, a third of the races. No, 2/3 of the races would have shapes. But
So, based on super ropes on the overworld, that means the back half will indeed be second quest. So, shape second quest is, I would say, one of the better options you can get. Second quest back is usually I at least prefer it. I can't speak for
same.
everybody, but
I do too.
front half, I mean, it really is pick your poison. First quest, I think, is a little bit nicer to deal with a known shape and with no map, with no atlas, I should say, with the book. A little bit difficult to traverse the shape sometimes, and similar key block issues between the two.
Yeah, I mean, I agree that the first half is a little bit easier to deal with. I just have more fun with shapes, because especially the smaller dungeons, you can get some really fun little ink blots, so to speak, in the smaller dungeons. Whereas in the bigger dungeons, you get some monstrosities. Heart in the stair for Yumi, but he doesn't quite get there because we only have 3 hearts. We don't have a ring, and bats do half a heart of damage. So. That's a terrible screen that Dave was on right there.
Yeah, we could say that's a terrible screen, and I think there's probably at least 3 so far that apply to that.
I mean, there's going to be a lot of them because when you have wizards on the overworld, that's what you get. You pay like I said, I really like not having wizards on not in the dungeons, but you definitely pay a price for that. All right, Dave's going to find the any roads. Yumi's found a Gliok. He's going to choose not to fight it for now. I think is a reasonable decision. Until the compass tells you that you will have to fight the Gliok. Looks like he did get that container heart that he died trying to get. With 1 key, we'll see how much more of this dungeon he's able to do, but 1 likes to have key doors. Sometimes it'll give you those keys back as well, but not always. Up container heart on the floor.
Yeah, so very healthy one, but...
oh, very healthy one. We got a red ring on the floor for Yumi.
I was going to say, it was all hearts so far, but not anymore. We have the red ring. Gliok is no longer a concern at all, as if it was beforehand.
And I don't even think Yumi had to spend very many keys. I'm not sure he had to spend any keys. He's got 1 left, and now we're just going to go to town on this Gliok. Try to keep our sword beams as long as we can, which didn't last too long. 85 rupee arrows, 80 rupee keys for Dave. Gonna buy those arrows now. $22 rupee bombs is a little expensive. But only 2 above vanilla.
Yeah, Death Mountain's not a place you want to be without bombs, although perhaps we could have farmed some on the screen we didn't know until we got here. And hey, they didn't give us a name.
Yes. Yes, to answer chat, Dave took a sword. You know he wants to come back in this one if he's taking the sword. To be fair, I think he's really enjoyed the candle starts, and these tournaments are as much about having fun as anything else. And if that's having fun, then that is what you should do.
Yep, actually a little bit surprised he didn't think about the early candle just for the area he started in, perhaps, and then retrying out. I've seen that strategy a few times, and I don't think that's a bad play.
Yeah, especially he was close to all the forest burn bushes. And it would just, I don't think you'd take it all the way to the Deadwoods. That's pretty far away from the start, but everything else is just right there. And Yumi finds 7, and we are going to be in a spiral. Are we going to immediately have the mugger? Yes, we are. We can pay him, but I don't blame Yumi for not wanting to pay him. You can go the other direction first, see if you can avoid the muggers. A lot of times you can get around those.
Well, I mean, unless this is a Triforce, doesn't seem like this 7's going to play nice.
Yeah, and there are going to be 2 mugger rooms in this dungeon. There are always 2 mugger rooms in... Oh, hello, Power Bracelet. Well, we know where it is. I don't think you can clip to get that. I think it's just going to sit there until you can get to it from the other side, or you get a ladder. But the only way we can progress is if we pay the money. It being money, I might have done it, but it's also, it's Q27, which is not everybody's favorite dungeon. In fact, we talked about this before the race. Like, it doesn't matter. Shapes, Quest 1, Quest 2, all the 7s are bad, so... There's a candle for Yumi, and Dave finds level 5. And there's other hint shop.
Yep. Might be back for that one if we find the book, as it's not really that expensive. Yeah, I'm not surprised to see the early leave of level 7. I don't think the money or bomb was really the obstacle there. It was just like, why waste my time in here when I already have the floor drop right there? So
yeah, and it may be that ladder block is the only way to progress. The mugger room does not have to have anything behind it, and I know I would feel really bad if I paid off the mugger and then came back and found out there was nothing there.
In the meantime, level 5 is blocked off the bottom 6 rooms from the rest of it by a cheeky old man that's standing right in the way, so he got stabbed.
Yep, good old segment that's not actually a segment. Which, to be fair, is how most of the Zelda dungeons work, starting with Quest 1-5 in vanilla.
Level 3 found in the meantime. Not exactly sure where at the moment.
I'm going to say either near start or Deadwoods, because that's kind of where Yumi was at, but I could be wrong. A key is a trap. I mean, you want it. You definitely want it, but those red bubbles want to get you too.
I'm going to guess that was probably Candle Row or an extension of it, as we now have the candle.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Yumi just picked up a Take Any Candle. This room is horrible. This is not a room you want to be taking on Dark Nuts plus Bubbles plus the Pole's Voice. Like, any one of these things alone, well, the Bubbles alone would be really bad. Well, we did get 1 Dark Nut, so... Okay, a nice clip onto the block. That'll help. Until the Pole's Voice goes over there. Also, that red ring doing its work.
Well, we can have dueling rafts at this point. That's it's not what you want to see in the dungeon, so don't think Dave's too thrilled with that.
Yeah, it's as good as it is to have that starting item. It always feels bad when you find the starting item. It's just like, literally give me anything else,
Yeah, level 3 is at the corner of Candle Row, next to Vanilla 4.
Alright, Yumi saving the room, just has the Dark Nut left. course, we can't understand the old man. We can get around if we had a ladder. Oh, there's a map for Yumi. Oh boy. Oh! Triple segment!
Yep, that is definitely a fun-looking level 3. Staircases will be a bit trolly.
And of course, that's a push block just for the door. Okay, Yumi has 2 bombs, so he should be able to get these guys. Alright, unfortunately we missed a little bit of what Dave did. His back to start is staying in here. There's a much better key for Yumi, because it's got blue bubbles instead of red. It's like everything in 3 is down. Okay, careful. Oh, we just... Yeah, okay, there we go. We got the key, and we're getting it out unscathed, so good job, Yumi. There's the compass. Alright, looks like the segments may not be at all required. We shall see.
Yeah, one would require the super room, the other one would have one extra opportunity to be a troll.
Yep.
I think Dave's about done here.
Yeah, that always feels bad. You come out of a dungeon, the only thing you found was the item you already have. You don't even come out with Triforce. Oh, clock from the skeleton. Stalfos. And we'll see if this is an item, or more likely, yeah, it is a transport. Looks like Yumi is going to take it. Yeah, chat asking if he got the... Maybe he did get the Triforce, it wouldn't surprise me.
Quick confirmation, he did get the Triforce. He just does not have the second item in there. He only saw the raft.
Alright, Yumi has decided not to use the key to open the door in the segment, in the 2-room segment. Another potion shop for Dave. This 3 is just not playing nice. That room was not nice. Oh, hey, here's our super room. Triforce and a transport. Well, not really so super.
Leads to the 1 off. Not exactly sure if this is going to be the answer either. And the bubble's going to make us wait a while to find out, maybe? Not too bad, actually.
It is not the answer. So we get the second room in the 2-part staircase, and we have the 2 bottom corner rooms we haven't really seen yet. Well, it's not this one. I mean, he doesn't seem to be killing enemies. So he may have gotten the floor drop already? I'm not sure.
It's definitely possible. I'm wondering if we will clear this last key door blocked room as well, or if we're just going to skip out on it and conserve keys.
Okay, I do not see an item tracked in level 3 on his personal tracker. And a lot of this is going to be, I have the recorder, therefore I have the recorder there for I can get back easy enough, so. And this is not going to be the answer. It might give you a key back, so I think you go ahead and kill the gel since they're really easy enemies. But no, it just gives you $5.
Will Dave get a rupee? That's the real question here. Might get the sword beam first, we'll see.
You can take one sword beam. Alright, Yumi... Oh, going back in? Okay. I mean, the shoot room likes to have things on the floor. It's not a nice room to clear. I might have done it here just because you... I mean, not now, but, you know, when you still had sword beams. There's a candle for Dave. Alright, looks like Yumi's gonna go ahead and take that transport and see what's in the other room and spend that key. This looks like a room that could push.
Let's see what the key nets us. Could also just be the drop room as well, if he hasn't got that yet.
I don't think he has, but yeah, I'm not sure we've seen very many places it could push outside of what we've already gone through, so it makes sense that this is the item. It is just a heart. Going to take it. Don't know if he wants to come back in to look for the other item. He could probably survive pretty well in any of those rooms that he didn't clear, but it is really slow with the wood sword. So while it's safe because of the red ring, it's still going to be slow. And it looks like he's going to move on with the, you know, with that early recorder, can just go back whenever he wants, as we always say. Blue boomerang as the white sword item. So 2 of our overworld items are boomerangs.
You're gonna take the bombs and probably head towards Forgotten Spot for the short term. After burning this candle spot, of course, first. Still going to need a few more bombs to be able to go into Death Mountain routing, so if that was the route, we'll have to see where the other bombs come from.
It looks like we're going to do the desert area first.
Alternatively, I guess you could head towards the south coast eventually with the bomb pack, so that might also be something that happens.
Oh, another guinea for Yumi. Gonna go ahead and take the potion. I think he's got... Yeah, he's done candle, heart, potion. At 6 hearts and red ring. I can see it. Dave, meanwhile, finds level 6, which is, of course, everybody's least favorite. Oh, and we have more Pole's voice. And more Dark Nuts. Yumi finds level 4. Have they been in any dungeons in common yet?
I don't believe so. Yumi's only seen 4 and 7 to my knowledge, so it makes it kind of difficult for them to be in common dungeons.
Yeah. Dave, we know, has the Triforce out of 5. It is now in 6.
Worth noting, I think level 4 and level 6 are basically 2 screens apart in the same forest. So one's technically a lake spot, but yeah, I mean, semantics.
Yumi doesn't want to spend the 1 key he has. I don't blame him. Oh, nice sword beams for Yumi there. Now, looks like we're starting to run out of places where Yumi can go without a ladder. It's gonna keep bombing. It does find a bomb hole. And Yumi probably really glad about that red ring running into this landmo.
Left side land mola. That's it's definitely going to be a death for Dave when he gets there. Should he go to level 4 next? If not, he'll die in this room instead.
Oh boy, 2 in a row. Gosh. We get a key out of it. That's nice. I don't know if Yumi's tried a bomb on the virus yet. I always like to try a bomb here to find out if they've rolled up or not. Looks like they have not. So that's good. Well, Dave's pretty deep in this level 6.
To answer the question in chat, we've seen super rope, so we know the front half is shapes. So by default, even before we saw the mugger, we figured out that the back half was going to be second. And Yumi knows officially it's second because he saw said mugger room immediately.
Nice job with that bomb. Gets a bomb back for it, too. There's our map. Oh, this room looks promising for Yumi. Dave, meanwhile, finds a staircase, but unfortunately for him, it's the transport. And it's a coma.
Yep, takes him to the Goma, so he can't backtrack.
Well, it looks like that block did not push.
So we have one Stalfos here, and wow. It's a very pink dungeon, but that's a bow on the floor.
That's good for Dave. Bow on the floor in 6. If Yumi finds the Triforce before the bow, that could be problematic in a shape 6. Unless he gets the map and knows, you know, kind of what rooms he hasn't been to.
Yep, level 6 definitely benefiting Dave so far. We'll see if he has a couple of rooms in mind or if he's just going to go backtracking to the Triforce. Yumi's still looking in this 4 and got to have it down to a room or 2 at this point.
Yeah, he's seen most of it. Probably gonna want to clear this bottom a little bit before picking up the Triforce. Nice compass, and you have this one room right here, and it's like either you go one way, you get the compass, the other way, you get the Triforce. Thank you, game. Alright, this has got to be it. There we go. That pushes. Dave grabbing the Triforce out of 6. Yumi finding a white sword. That is a nice prize for this dig.
Worth noting, since apparently the stream didn't quite catch it, we can highlight another very fancy item in 6, which I probably will hear about after the race. But anyways, there's a random pile of logs that help you step across things in a staircase in 6.
Oh boy.
So Dave also has that now, and apparently is done with 6 permanently for the seed. Probably happy about it.
Oh, I know I would be. We'll have to see how deep Yumi goes into this 6, because it sounds like Dave skipped over the Triforce. Yumi has to kill these doggos again to get the Triforce. Out of 4. I don't believe he's gotten the floor item. Might go back in, especially with that white sword.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. If he's done... Did he have 7 hearts when he went in there?
That's a good question.
I want to say it's 6, so I'm going to take the guess that 4 is probably cleared and probably has heart and white sword. We're done there. Although, if he goes back later, then I'm a goof and ignore me.
Okay, his tracker shows a heart and the white sword. So, yeah, I'm going to say that you're correct and that he did pick up a heart container. Yumi saw 6 and left immediately. So that could be problematic later on. Meanwhile, Dave in 2Q8, 5 transport staircases, 2 one-way transport staircases, 2 items in the stairs, and 1 floor item. First item is a heart. Gosh, Dave, this is his first picked up heart. Meanwhile, Yumi's got 7 in the red ring. Nice 31-minute first heart. And Dave didn't take the candle out of the take any. He bought his candle. And Yumi gonna join Dave in 8. It's going to be a little bit more difficult for Yumi if he does decide to stay in here, just because there's typically a couple of Chevy rooms in 8 that could get it, like this one right here. It's not uncommon to be able to get around them, but you can't always. Looks like we're going to go back into 6 instead.
Yep, we know that's going to be the more profitable play if he can find both the bow and the ladder.